about you is just like your willingness to go in. Has those experiences in your youth dictated or affected your willingness to go as deep as you have in getting involved to the things that you're interested in?
Absolutely. And it's the reason why I say that I was just being who I was. Because I really feel like I already knew, like, who I was going to be, and I'm still being that person. The way that I was thinking at 14 years old when I'm sitting at my desk and I'm writing a paper for AP Art History. And I put the freaking floppy disk into the computer, and it asked me, after I finished writing my papers, it's like, oh, do you want to reformat the disk? And I had no idea what that meant.
Oh, God.
I was
and
14.
you were like, yup. You were like, yup.
And I
was
like,
gone.
Yeah.
I still have a hard time reformatting my memory cards on my cameras, knowing the footage is backed up twice. I got to deal with that myself one day. But that's so interesting that to be at that level of knowing who you are, what you wanted to grow up with, it almost dives into at that point where you were aware, like, okay, I'm going to get to where I want to be. I just have to be patient. Like, there's a lot I need to learn on this journey before I can get there. Were you that aware of where you were going, or were you kind of like, all right, I'm just going to keep learning and growing. It's going to get me there?
So here's what happened. When it asked me if I wanted to reformat the disk and I said yes, I looked at the situation and I said, what does this mean? And I remember this so clearly. I asked myself, Kai, if you knew that this was going to happen, would you do all of this? Meaning, like, the past 14 years up until this point, all over again, and still find yourself in the same position. And in that moment, I answered to myself so confidently. I said yes.
Ooh.
And isn't that the nature of human awareness?
Yeah.
That we come to this realm, this reality, not knowing all of the knowledge that we had before. Someone formatted our disk, and I don't know if we consented to it or not. We probably did. But I asked myself that question in that moment, and I continue to ask myself that question. And it's a reminder of what state that I was in at that time, at that age. Yeah. And it helps me not forget who I am.
Could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me.